mean, as long as you're not depressed and like, oh my God, oh, my life is so
okay,
horrible.
but I am now.
You what?
Okay, you said as long as you're not depressed, but I am.
Go!
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
How do you feel when you're like singing about love songs? Because I mean, like, guys, we all feel some type of way. Is it like stemming from like how you feel about yourself? Because I think these days it's more, we're writing songs about like how we want to feel or how we feel about ourselves or how we want to be treated. And as of recent, guys, don't let anybody else, you don't wait for anybody else to treat you nice. Yes, I mean, I think maybe you can just give us a few tips about like self-love. I feel like you're a person that takes care of yourself. Guys, can you see? Can you see?
You need to see.
You know, I'm here with beautiful ladies. Yes. Like, what tips do you have for someone who like maybe like struggles with just like how they feel about themselves, things that they can do or things that they should like look into and stuff like that?
And please don't tell us go guess.
Water will do wonders, Munya. Water will do wonders.
Yeah, other things also did the wonders.
Honestly, I think if I get you right, you're talking about self-love.
Yes,
like
definitely.
The advice I would probably give to someone who's struggling with self-love. I think if it's about a feeling, what you're feeling inside normally is a reflection of what's going on around you.
Yeah.
And also sometimes the way you perceive yourself. So, I mean, I'm not going to go like deep and like talk about mental health and all of that, but some of the simplest things that I think people overlook is things to do with self-care, like physically. I personally, when I take care of myself physically, I feel a lot better on the inside. So it's just things like, you know, take care of how you look and all of those things. I mean, it's not a one size fits all. All of us like the same things. But if you know that you feel good in a certain hairstyle, do that often. If you feel like you feel good every time you dress up and get your makeup done, do that often. You know, it does wonders for you. And I mean, yeah, I think that's the simplest tip I could give.
I have a friend who swears by that. She's like, you might be having a terrible day, but don't look like your problems.
Right?
Girl?
My mom always says that you don't need to walk out with your problems. in the
Yes.
streets.
Yes.
That's nice for you. Personally, I'll look like my problems.
No, Munya, don't do that.
Do you know what, Munya? I'll tell you this. Try it one time. When, like, you know, when you're really having a bad day, push yourself to dress up and, you know, wear that cute little dress and like do your makeup. It might not erase all of your problems like magic, but it will do something, just a tiny little bit. Like, you know, when you look at yourself in the mirror and what you're seeing is nice, it does something just a little bit. It changes the mood.
Pep in your step.
You know, pep in my shuffle to the kitchen to get another biscuit. No! So I can go back to bed rotting.
No bed rotting, no doom scrolling.
Exactly. Bed rotting and doom.
That's hey. Anyway, I'm looking
that
forward
one.
to doing it. I haven't done it in a while.
I mean, as long as you're not depressed and like, oh my God, oh, my life is so
Okay, but I
horrible.
am now. So like,
You what?
like you said, as long as you're not depressed, but I am.
Go.
But yeah.
It's okay. This is a safe space. We are here to help.
It's not
How
a
can
safe
we help?
space.
Because it's the
Internet. You can't use my words against me.
It's the internet.
I mean, we're putting out love. We started off talking about self-love and all of that. And something that's like kind of close to my heart, to be honest, is how, you know, there's still child marriages that are still going on, right? And it's one of those situations where it's like, they don't really get the chance to be like, okay, no, how do I treat myself? They're kind of told from like being young, and they're told, okay, you need to do things this way. This is who you're going to marry and all of that. I don't know. I feel like, I know in Zim there's laws against it, but I know there's also like churches that still practice it and stuff like that. I mean, do you guys feel like there should be laws that also like attack these churches, or it's more of like, do you guys? I don't know. What do you think? Is there even a possibility where that law would help? This is Zimbabwe after all.
I think everything takes time if we, move, even if it's baby steps in the right direction. You know, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. So obviously we can't be like, oh, whatever, do you? Because these things still affect society, have been affecting society, and will continue to if we don't correct certain things. So I think in terms of the laws, maybe the enforcement of the laws have to probably just, be taken a notch up. And the stakes have to be really high, and as a community, as a people, we also need to take it upon ourselves to be responsible for these things happening. Because I might not be a police officer or whatever, or in the law enforcement generally. Yeah. But as a member of the community, I think if you take it upon yourself as a duty to say, if I see this happening, I should be able to take it up with the authorities. Because in most cases where these child marriages are happening, it's in the outskirts, in the rural, type of setting. That's the most, where it's happening. And some of these people will they'll see these things happening and like, man, and then it just becomes gossip. So we're all like feeding, into this whole gossip. And now we're talking about next door, and we're not taking up the responsibility because,
Guys, what happened to, it takes a village.
Yeah, So I think it's sad, and we need to take it upon ourselves to be able to. Obviously, it's not going to change in one day. Yeah. But over time, if we instill a culture of reporting these matters, a culture of saying no, a culture of saying enough is enough, at some point we're going to get there. That's what I think.
Yeah. But there's something that I saw that's a bit controversial, which was is it still child marriage? If obviously they're still children, but if it's is it still something that you need to intervene in if it's a 17-year-old and another 17-year-old?
They're both children.
Yeah. So but now is it as bad? Is it still as bad where it's when it's someone who's 30 and someone who's 16?
Sorry,
is it
did
equal?
A man ask this question? Because this is such a question with such an obvious answer, but meant to distract you from the main thing. We're obviously talking about grown adult people who have voted dating people whose hips are not wide enough to bear children. Obviously. I don't know why there's always that one Murakash, if you ask a question where you're now debating to my little things that don't even matter. And that's the thing.
The nuances that are but the situation is the same.
She's 49, and you're it's not a piece of meat, bro. And I think
especially that statement.
Yeah, guys.
And that's one thing that makes me angry. That statement. It's
disgusting.
It's terrible.
And I was that's our thing with child marriage. Is I don't think we're gonna go very far until people stop not seeing women as either a baby or a woman. We don't get to be in between. I remember being 7 and having to worry about what I'm wearing so that people don't look at me like I've grown up to. And I'm if you look back, I'm 7 years old.
Imagine.
I should be worrying about.
You're literally just a child. You should be worrying about toys.
Yeah. But I had an uncomfortable time walking through the streets. And of course, somebody in the comments is going to be
and you're excuse me. Excuse me.
Don't tell me things I was there for and other people have experienced. I think that's our issue. Because also then, if that's the cultural lens where you don't look at women as people, or you don't look at as children, small girls as small girls. It doesn't matter what laws we put in, especially because you're saying, if it's in the rural areas or something where Chief Mambondo, I know judging aids, you can put all the laws you want, but unless you are enforcing some kind of, checks and balances on the customary law, on the judgments, I think. So, yeah, and you're saying, see something, say something. I think that's the other thing. And Notanga from, people will say, oh, I'm obviously not going to marry a 14-year-old. I'm yeah, but you say this, but then you're liking weird things on Instagram. Yeah. And you like high school. What's that, that Matthew McConaughey says in that movie? The reason I like high school girls is that I get older, but they stay the same age. His character. But people think that way. That's why they like the high school. People, have you not seen people cruising outside schools?
Yeah. Also, we've got that kind of vibe going on of, older men liking really, really, really young girls. And you're like, wow.
Like, what do you want with someone your daughter's age? Like, and then they're like, oh, just oh. You're like, okay, but stop.
And I think my issue is just like they just take it so lightly. Like, it's just jokes. But like sometimes, not even sometimes, for the most part, these jokes, there's so much truth in them. Because when you're saying, when you call them out and you're like, guys, don't say that, then they're like, no, but shungo tamba. No,
pane nyaya dzekutamba nadzo guys. Nyaya dzekutamba nadzo dzapera.
And people say, I think like the grooming conversation is also kind of difficult to have because people are like, no, I'm not grooming anyone. And then you're like, oh, so why do you want someone young? And then they're like, oh, so I can mold them. And you're like
mold and said literally the same.
You just said. And with Anzi, I zira shahida. And I'm like, no, but again, you as an independent human being, you drink to excess frequently.
Yeah.
You are an adult and you also make bad decisions knowing you're going to regret them or you think you know what you're doing in the meantime. So obviously a 16-year-old can similarly make decisions where they think they know the best. Be like, he loves me for real, what? And she's going to look back and regret. And honestly, even these people who, when it's not like child marriage, like you're saying, but like a very young marriage, like 19 or something, a lot of those people, by the time they hit their 30s and they actually developed into the people, the kind of adults they're going to be, they separate.
Yeah, because you were too young. I mean, they say your frontal lobe develops at 25.
Yeah.
So it's like, guys, even especially now, a lot of people are not like rushing or whatever. It's like, I'm going to take my time. I want to develop. I want to be who I want to be. And then I'll decide.
With this trad wife content.
Oh, yeah.
And it's wild because it's babies having babies, guys. Yeah. It's babies out there having babies.
With African parents, honestly, it's Tangoro. So even my mom actually, at some Dagatoro in my 20s, at my big age.
Yes, my mother was like, you are your child forever.
It's an unsafe, safe space.
Not on the internet. Not on the internet.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, my mom is one of those. She doesn't care. Like she will literally say, I don't care how old you think you are. Yeah. I will beat you up.
Oh my goodness. My mother was like, as long as you came from my womb, you're my child forever. Yeah, so I can do what I want. I'll discipline you forever. We're going to play a little game called Would You Rather.
Okay.
Should I take it? Should I be nice?
Nice, please. Nice.
Should I be nice?
Do whatever.
Nice.
But she has a nice
women
heart.
shouldn't limit themselves. Guys,
okay, be nice to me and not Munya. I don't know how you are. I don't know. Be nice to the nice girl and mean to the mean girl. I don't but I mean.
I'm not mean.
What are you? Give us a word to
that
use.
That thing that's like that friend that's like, I'm not mean, I'm honest. And it's like, no one asked you to be honest. Right? Shut up.
We don't need your honesty.
I'm just unserious. I'm unserious. Because I don't actually mean any of it. Like I was saying, that person who, each time I say that, you just have to. And then one day she's like, you need to get off your little soapbox because no one can see you down there anyway. And I was like,
nice.
Okay.
I like her. Tell her I like her. Tell her I like her. Yeah.
I was like,
okay, so I'm gonna be nice about it.
No, don't be nice.
Would you rather? Okay, I'll have one nice and one mean one. At least I would have listened to both. Would you rather have a flat $1 million US? Or have shelter for the rest of your life? Like you don't have to worry about it. Any house that you want, you got it.
Easy, 1 million. Give me the money. Nah.
Didn't we just talk about how our mothers are like, as long as you're alive, you're my child?
So you have shelter forever. You're okay.
Home is where the heart is.
Your mom is there.
Home is where the heart is, fam. Not even at this table. I'm sheltered.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I hope you guys make smart business decisions.
I mean, are we saying
$1 million?
Are we saying shelter, or a home? Because like,
that's a home. Like, okay, let's like a mansion. If you want a mansion, you got it, and it's like you don't have to pay for it. You've got it.
Now you're thinking of that $1 million. Why would you trade
exactly. At least if you get the million, you can get the property that you want. You can probably develop a business, and then unozo kwanza kuemploy abantu anozo kuchairira abantu.
Ooh, okay. I think I have very smart business women with me. Like,
yeah,
it's okay because I was worried. I'm like, some people gonna take the money and then it's gonna be gone. I feel like I should have said $100,000. A million is actually a lot.
It's actually.
It's actually a
But you know what's funny is like the way wealth is increasing in the world, $1 million is not that much money. Like remember when we were growing up, it was like, oh, millionaire.
Well, like now
Now
like
it's like
$100.
millionaire. Like, oh, it's giving ghetto. Just $1 million. I'm not gonna $1 billion.
I just give it ghetto.
Because like now we're in the era of billionaires.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where it was like $100 is now like an adult dollar.
Exactly. Like when was the last time anyone really talked about a millionaire? We don't even know who they are.
We want to talk about
now it's
multi
all the
or billionaires.
billionaires.
True, that multi is important. Because
That
someone
multi
with
is
$1 million
important.
and $1 is like, I'm a millionaire.
No.
And just the other day, someone with 919.
Wow.
Okay, so one more. Mm.
Would you rather sign up to wash someone's ndwe every day?
Someone's what?
Ndwe. Brugwa.
Underwear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Every day.
Something's
Or
wrong with
be
you.
single.
Yeah.
No, like, or be single.
Or be single.
Or be perpetually single.
So if I do the underwear, I can be in a relationship, but
It's the person in the relationship's underwear.
Sorry, what?
it's the person I'm in a relationship's
With-
underwear.
Yes.
And
Or be
if I
single
don't
forever.
want the option, if I don't want the washing of the panties,
I'm gonna be single forever.
No, not like
Single
single,
forever.
just like unmarried. So you can like be in serious relationships and situationships.
So I'd
and
rather be
whatever.
single. We can fuck and sit for life.
Like,
no.
see, and then people be like, you should aspire to marriage. You must wash my. I'm like, I'm sorry. What do you mean? And you know, these people don't wipe. And they've always got skid marks. And then they're like, I'm the prize. And you're like, what
These people, Munya.
But men on the internet.
Nah.
Men on the
What are y'all
internet.
doing out there?
I
Okay.
promise you. Because some people be like, oh, I need someone. I need it. And I'm like, me also. I'm going to
We are all looking for someone and not anyway, that is as much time as we have today because
watch the comments. People are gonna be like, a good wife. Watch
Y'all
the
better not.
comments.
I'm gonna follow y'all in those comments and be like, please let us have peace. Let us have
washing machines.
Yes. Anyway, thank you so much, Melyssa. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I feel like the concept of, it takes a village and, look good, feel good. And I think we have a better day, guys. We have a
Yeah, I think you should try looking good, Natasha.
I will try.
Yeah, I knew Munya was gonna
She didn't want. You know what? Bye, guys. It's fine. I'm done. My heart. Anyway, just send me love in like the comments. Because I know we talked about self-love, but I also
Treat yourself well.
Thank you so much. See you next time.
So that's a wrap from us from Sisterhood. I hope you enjoy getting all the tips and tricks from our amazing guests. Be sure to catch us next time on our next episode. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Bye.